Mic check. Want to see if anybody can hear me. I don't know for sure or not. I don't think y'all can. Y'all let me know if y'all can hear me. Anybody that may be coming in or whatnot, let me know if you can hear me. Cause I'm. Can anybody hear me? Want to make sure you can hear me real quick. Can somebody let me know if you can hear me or not? I don't think y'all can hear me. Can anybody hear me? If anybody can hear me, let me know. Cause for some reason I don't think y'all can hear me. I'm not seeing anything showing on the thing to show me that y'all can hear me or whatever. Y'all let me know. All right, can anybody hear me? Let me know if y'all can hear me or not. I don't understand why y'all can't hear me. Can y'all hear me? Can anybody hear me? All right, y'all. Sorry for the delay. What's going on this afternoon, y'all? I was trying to check my sound and stuff like that. It wasn't popping like it needed to be, but now I guess it's popping. But what's good, everybody? I know I ain't been on here in a minute or whatever, and I'm glad that you guys chose to come holler at me or whatever. But I got something I needed to talk about because it's something. Hold on 1 second. This thing all the way right. Okay, so this is what I wanted to go ahead and get started. And y'all forgive me because I'm gonna keep it like this or whatever tonight because I got other stuff going on in the background or whatever. But just had something on my mind and I wanted to talk about it while it was fresh on my mind. And something that really, really I feel like that we need to kind of put into perspective. Uh, as you see, the title of it is saying, "Are you a prize or a prank?" And I mean, I know where a lot of you mature folks, especially grown folks that come on here and listen to me when I speak, know probably where this is going. And we're talking about our relationships, with people that we have, and the differences between those that may present themselves as a prize and really they're a prank. And then sometimes we can get it misunderstood, thinking a person is a prank and they really be a prize. How do you discern and determine the differences? That's the type of stuff I wanted to talk about. You know what I'm saying? And it's just a reality, we face it nowadays, definitely because of how fake people are and the act that people can put on when they first, when you first meet a person. You know how like when you first meet a person, you met them when they was all, saying shine, especially, I know ladies can definitely relate to this. Um, where you meet a fella and he get fly and looking like he got something going on with himself, whatever the case is, based on the perception of what you think is fly. And you look at him, he look at you, and y'all get to talking and stuff like that. Seem like, conversation be good and stuff like that or whatever. Just progressing this thing to, weeks on in where y'all done started communicating and stuff, and maybe even went on a couple of dates and stuff. And you start to really see the truth on the other side of what's been almost in a sense hidden. You you went based on face value of what you saw, you know what I'm saying? And it looked like a prize, but it's really almost like what their show called Catfish. That's really, it's like a catfish. It's like it's a prank. Like, you thinking that, you got you a winner and it's a TV dinner. It's like, surprise, it's a prank. You know what I'm saying? That type of stuff. And it's like that happens a lot nowadays. You be really thinking that, you know what you got, or you know what you know, involving yourself with, or you know what you're getting to know. And sometimes we end up allowing ourselves to let go and release our intuitions and our guard too fast. And then but sometimes you've been that got so deep in, or whatever, your feelings have got involved, or whatever the case is, and then you start making these different compromises. So what I wanted to talk about is that pretty much, and even with us fellas, saying it happened to us as well. So one of the reasons why I wanted to talk about this, because it's like I'm starting to see a lot of things going on, patterns and stuff, where I'd be wondering to myself, how is it that we let certain people get so close to us to the point to where that they affect our lives personally? At a time when you got stuff going on for yourself real tough, your money is good, you know what I'm saying? Like, everything is working in your favor. Um, you know, your bills getting paid, and it's all everything is being done because of your efforts, and nobody else is helping you. Nobody is doing anything to progress you to those things that are becoming a benefit in your life. You had to work hard. You know what I'm saying? You probably fell off and then had to work yourself up to a point to where, you're able to be financially viable as an individual. You know what I'm saying? And then, you get to the point to where, you know what, you feel like you're probably ready to get back involved or in a relationship, or, involved with someone. And it's like you tend to, almost in a sense, gravitate to those that have this image of being a prize. And it's like you tend to not allow yourself to dig a little deeper and stuff like that. And it's like, in their mind, you're a prize. You're a prize because you know what you got to bring to the table. And a lot of times these pranks be looking for a prize themselves, and the prize tend to compromise a lot of times, because it's like, oh, their shortcomings and stuff is not too much for me to bear, especially after you found out where they are in life. And us that been through things or whatever, and I know a lot of y'all probably can relate. You probably gonna listen to this later or whatever, but I know a lot of y'all can relate to what I'm saying, is where you've allowed yourself to let somebody in who's not able to be as viable to your life as you are to theirs, which is really defined as being unevenly yoked. But you try your best to open up your life and your lifestyle and things like that or whatever, to a person that might not be as structured mentally, emotionally, financially as you are. And you had to work hard to get there. But what you have to really, what I want to like put a emphasis on is, what is it that caused you to even allow this person to even get that close to you? You know what I'm saying? Like, let me see who this is. What's up? Love you back. I just wanted to talk about something that was really, really just sitting on my spirit, this afternoon, because I'm seeing it happening so much. I'm gonna tell you what made me talk about, think about this and talk about this. There's been a lot of stories to where men are literally killing women because of the women not want to fool with them no more. I even seen a story where a woman killed a man's fiance because he didn't want her no more. And I'm like, why is it that how do we miss these signs? How do we miss it? How do we allow these people to get that close to us to where that they can affect our lives like that? Why is it that we don't pay enough attention to almost in a sense, like, keep ourselves from going through that? It's something to really talk about, because you know it's hard out here right now. Let's just be honest. It's hard out here. And if you don't have a companion right now, I'm pretty sure at some point you're gonna be looking to have one in your life. And I know nobody is perfect. Nobody is perfect. I get that, but does it come to a point to where you really gonna have to set real bona fide standards? Even if it, every person that you set a standard against, they just don't, they don't make the mark. They don't hit it. Is it better to set these standards and stick to them, or is it, when do you really have the point in your mind to where you start to compromise for the right reasons and for the right person? Because of I have known good women, that's been dogged and had bad stuff happen to them or whatever. And you know, I was thinking to myself, man, if she was to get with the right man, saying she gonna be something. She might really appreciate this man. She might really be someone that will, you know, honor him as a man, and be a blessing to his life. Not in, it don't always have to be financial, but it could be emotional. This man might have his stuff together, and the woman might not have her stuff pretty much together financially well, but he's in a place to where, you know, he can understand the struggle, and he can see past her struggles, and he wants to love on her, not only just emotionally but love on her financially as well, because it's something inside of him makes him feel as if he were to take that chance on her, then she may just be the one that will give him what it is that he need emotionally in his heart, to be a blessing to him, emotionally, intimately, because a lot of times that's what us men we really looking for. We don't necessarily always be looking for a woman, a real man, and I always looking for a woman to be um be financially dominant in a relationship. A real man that got his stuff together, a lot of times he be looking for a lady that know how to love, a lady that is willing to give herself and be willing to take care of him the same way he's willing to take care of her. It might not be the same, but the value of that particular giving that that person gives, whether it be male or female, or male giving to a woman or a woman giving to a man, it balances itself out. She might give a lot of love. He might, she might not be in a good financial place, but he's in a financial place to where he can give to her, and it balances itself out to where it's like he a lot of men wear their emotions in their pockets, and a lot of times what a man spend his money on is what his heart is connected to. So if a woman got a man that's giving his best to her, financially or whatnot, and he's there for her and stuff like that, that man love that woman. You got some dudes that trick off and stuff like that, but I feel like a real woman gonna be able to tell when a man is really into her. That's if her mind is in the right place, her heart is in the right place. And then you got some that will allow a man to do these things, and she don't even have no emotional value for this man. That's the prank. That's something that us men, and any men that may be listening, you probably can be able to relate to what I'm saying. That's the reason why a lot of us are so, some men are hard on women and don't really let a woman really close to them and stuff like that, because of that reason right there, to be thinking or be led to believe that this woman has some emotional value in you, and really want to be a woman to you. But then as you start to give, and you let your guard down, and you doing this, you doing that, you being a man to her, she never start to take initiative to be a woman to him. And it's like it starts to become a burden, because it's like when a man has caught feelings and stuff, he literally is gonna almost open himself up, and be vulnerable to this woman. A lot of women don't be noticing that. They be like, oh, he don't show his feelings and stuff like that, this or whatever the case is. It's because you probably don't know how to read, or you probably got the wrong intentions to be with this man in the first place. So it's like you saying that because he not letting you close to the point to where you can hurt him, because you probably not giving off the right signals and the right signs to make this man feel comfortable and confident in what it is that you come with. You know what I'm saying? Like, it'd be a lot of different triggers for a man, and he'd be like looking real like, okay, let me see. Yeah, she fine. She got all the physical attributes, but as far as emotionally and mentally, through your conversation and stuff, a man can pick up on these different things, especially if he's solid as a man. He gonna be able to pick up on this stuff. And sometimes we can get fooled. We could get fooled. Like, it's so easy to get fooled nowadays. That's why I was just talking about, as far as like letting the wrong type of person close to your life, to the point to where they can affect you and really destroy your life, destroy your credit. You buying stuff for them or whatever, putting stuff on your credit and stuff, cars or whatever the case is, because they might not have had one, when they got with you or whatever. But you in a place where you can invest that type of stuff in them, and you doing that, and then they up here got a whole nother thing going on the other side of town, and you find out, and then a man would probably want to take the car back and all this other stuff like that or whatever, or, and now you stuck with something that you invested in this person, and they really not even invested in you like that. So I really wanted to put this into perspective tonight, and if forgive me if it seemed like I'm all over the place, but I'm trying to stick to an actual point in all of this. Knowing the difference between a prize and a prank. Now, one of the things that I have come to understand about the whole idea about a prize or a prank is looking at it for what it really is. Look at this person for who they really are. When you first meet a person, like, and I'm gonna speak to my fellas if they on here first. I'm gonna speak to the fellas because that's the thing that I can relate to the most is us fellas, saying, being able to know that we got a prize. And one of the main things that you want to look at in a woman is trying to see where her heart is as far as her stability emotionally. Is she a happy type of person? Is she the type that is codependent? Is she the type that have a lot of stuff going on personally that would keep her from being able to even invest her emotions and her heart into you as a man? That is something that's very important. You know, Cute, look good, nice figures, all of this stuff can have it, all that could be in place. But after that, what is it that she can actually add to you as a man to help you continue to even grow as a man? Because women are very powerful when you got the right woman in your life. Women are very powerful. The emotional value that a woman can bring to a relationship and to a man, it's very, very strong. That's why they even gave it the definition of black love. You don't see them talking about no, and forgive me because I'm not prejudiced or nothing like that, but they don't say nothing about no white love, black love. Black love is something that can be truly defined when you see it. You can see a man and a woman walking in a store, a black man and a black woman, and they almost as if nobody else is in the room but them two. She's smiling, he's smiling, they laughing, joking with each other, whatever the case is, saying, playing off each other's jokes and just having a good time with each other, they got a very good bond, and you can feel that when you're around that type of stuff. That's something that I feel like we all as men would love and desire to have, is a woman that have that type of value about herself, to where she wants to invest her energy and her heart inside of what she has and build something off of it. That man want to have that type of woman in his life to where he could build something with her. Not only it just being, a financial dependency, but if she in a bad place, the thing that she bring to the relationship is something that he can't get nowhere else, and that's that heart that she has to offer to him, to make him feel whole, to make him feel solid, to make him feel like he a king. That is very powerful for a man to have, and all of us as men look for that. Now, the prank. The prank can come and look like that. It's an old song that says smiling faces tell lies. Smiling faces do tell lies, especially nowadays. Say that you got a nice car. You know what I'm saying? Say I'm talking to you fellas. Say you got a nice car, your money good, you know what I'm saying? You probably got a little gold around your neck, it's real, and you earned what it is you have. Your place is in order, you single, you might have a child or whatever in your life, whatever, but you single, you got it together emotionally and financially, you ain't got no burdens on you, no drama, you in a good place. But you tired of being by yourself. So of course, naturally, you probably gonna get out, probably even went out somewhere, whatever the case is, and you see a pretty face, You know what I'm saying? And this lady talking to you and stuff like that. And I'm gonna tell you something. A prank can tell when a prize is in their face. A prank can tell. And then this is the thing too about a prank. A pranking woman really don't have nothing to lose. So if she was to find out that you might not have what it is that she could actually benefit from, it really wouldn't matter because she rolled the dice anytime that she fool with a dude. She never take a calculated idea about a man. Like, it's not calculated. It's just like, okay, I'm gonna go for what I know. I'm gonna roll this dice. He looked like he got something going on or whatever the case is. So if he a prank, she ain't losing nothing. But a woman that's a real prize, she ain't just gonna let you in like off the bat. Like, she gonna talk to you. She gonna want you to date her. She gonna want you to, what I'm saying, that they really really get to know her. And that's when when a woman don't just automatically, what I'm saying, invite you to her crib, or automatically is, let you into her world, and then start to initiate the issues that she having, personally, or whatever the case is. Like, you really really got to be like, those are the type of women that you got to slow down with and just really start asking some questions, what I'm saying, about, like, she might just be somebody that, I might need to, take my time with, and get to know, and, take on a couple of dates and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Because a prank also be willing to, almost immediately, a lot of times, ready to she'll give you them draws real quick too. Especially if she thinking that you a prize, because she ain't got nothing to lose. She gonna put her best. She gonna give her best that she got to offer, which more than likely is her body, to try to draw you in to her world and try to get you to a place of vulnerability off of something that really ain't got no true value that she's giving. Now, don't get me wrong, a woman's body is valuable, but if it's not valuable to her, to where that she'll use that as a form like a bargaining tool, a bargaining chip, to try to get an advantage of a man, then how much is it really worth? Because that man can turn around, and after he done got what he wanted, look at you as like you ain't really nothing in the first place. But a woman that makes a man wait, she knows what her true worth and her true value is. And like, he gonna respect her even more. A man that has to wait for a lady, he gonna respect her even more as time progresses, because she's gonna make sure that the man that she's gonna give herself to, as far as that's concerned, especially when she grown, a grown woman that got something to lose, that's the way that they get down. She gonna make sure that this man is worth her time, because she probably already had enough pranks in her life to where she ain't got time to be getting pranked no more. She probably had to work real hard to get herself in a place to where she even feels secure enough to even communicate with a man and let him in to that point. And then it could be the smallest things that a man can do. That's where a woman has worked herself up to a point. The smallest thing that he could do would probably trigger her to want to back off from him, because she know a prank. She done seen it and she ain't got time. Us fellas, we tend to allow the wrong women into our lives a lot of times and end up getting pranked. Especially if you done took some time out for yourself, because you got to do that sometimes. Take some time. If you done been through some stuff, whatever, you're trying to get yourself together, or you got to take some time and get away from people. Get away from investing your emotions into people, when you need to start investing your emotions into yourself, to learn yourself better, to get yourself in a better position to where you won't have to continue to get duped, and because you at a weak point. We all find ourselves in a weak point at times. I know myself, I found myself at a weak point, to where I just wanted somebody, around me, or, but it really, that's not really what I needed. I needed some time to love on myself. I needed some time to let God love on me. I needed some time to like, release all of the negative that had gotten me to the point to where I just lost myself. And it feels good when you learn how to love yourself and you start to have value within yourself. So when you start to deal with people again, you're not going to just allow any type of person inside of your life, inside of your space, because you start to now value not only yourself, but you value your peace. You value what you have to offer to somebody that you allow into your life. So we got to make sure that we don't allow these wrong people to enter into our lives to the point to where they become even codependent upon what it is that we have. Like a prize always end up having, like, a lot of time we end up attracting folks that become codependent upon what it is that we have to offer. They literally start to try to build their lives around what it is that you have to offer. Now, it's very sad when a man gets with a woman and tries to build himself around what she has to offer. He might not have no car. She has one. He dropping her off at work, you know what I'm saying, and doing whatever he doing or whatever, because he don't have no value in nothing, not even himself. So how would he value that woman and her time and her resources and stuff? I mean, if you ain't working, you ain't got no job or something, this lady don't let you have a car. Why is that you're not going out trying to find you a job? Why is it you're not trying to find a way to be able to add value to what it is that you have? And then when that woman get tired, a lot of times what I've seen, especially what I've seen in the news and stuff lately, these folks these men be trying to kill these women. The women try to get up out of this mess where they want to beat on them and stuff like that or whatever, because they ain't got no true value as an individual, as a man. And y'all forgive me, I'm not reading the comments or whatever, because I'm really speaking from my heart. This is some real stuff that I'm talking about, because I have seen it entirely too much these past couple of weeks of watching the news. And I've been watching this channel, Blue Dot, interrogation files and stuff like that, where a man get with a woman and want to kill her and stuff like that because she want to leave him. I saw a story to where a man killed a woman that was pregnant. You know, her ex boyfriend and stuff come kill her. She pregnant, then moved on with her life, whatever. He want to come and kill her. For what? What? Why? What did they like? It's not that serious. But when you get with these pranks that have no true value in themselves, you start to become the thing that they value. And that's one thing that you should never do as a person, is to invest your heart and your mind in someone so deeply to the point to where you become codependent on what it is that they bring to the table. Whatever they bring to the table, you should be bringing it to the table as well. And if you were to take it off the table, you know what I'm saying, they should be able to survive on their own. If y'all choose to separate from each other, whatever, like, this is not working, you should be able to freely walk away from the situation without it being drama extended to it, where somebody want to hurt the other person because you want to get up out of it. You're not happy in it. That should be your right as a person. Yeah, it hurts. Who wants to lose a person that they done got close to, and but you got to really think to yourself, like, how did I get to this point to where I turned them off? Or, why is it that I can't hold their attention? It's something. It could be somebody that they done met that, bringing something else to the table, stronger than what you got. Sometimes a prank, when a prize get close to a prank, you know what I'm saying, they continue to keep on fishing a lot of times themselves. Like, they just you temporary. A person that is coming to your life as a prank, 9 times out of 10 they're gonna be temporary. They're gonna be temporary. That's not something that you can't establish stability around a person that's a prank, because they always want to go this idea about the grass greener complex. They always looking for where the grass is greener, and a lot of times they end up messing up, trying to mess up something for show for some more. If you never heard that phrase before, they done went and tried to run over there, mess with somebody else, but trying to find what they had in you, and they ain't gonna find that, and they don't want to come run back into your life with them talking about I'm sorry and all this other stuff like that. And what end up happening a lot of times, we let them suckers back into our lives, and you know what's gonna happen? What's gonna happen? They're gonna keep on doing the same stuff, and they get worse and worse and worse, and it becomes so toxic, and you'll end up finding yourself losing yourself in their toxicity, when you really have to continue to know who you are as a prize. You the one that work hard. You the one that have built yourself from nothing. You the one that got a nice place. You the one that got a nice vehicle, and didn't nobody give you anything to have that. You got something to offer to a person if they were to come into your life. Say a lady, you know what I'm saying, she do hair and stuff like that, you know what I'm saying, and she been doing it out, in her house. And a man, if he got any worth, and he see her, and he'd be like, you know what? You ought to think about getting your own business started. You do braids and stuff like that. She'd be like, well, I ain't got no business license and stuff like that. Help that lady get her license. See the value in her. The smile, like a real man gonna be able to see the value in a lady that's like that. She good with her hands, doing certain stuff, whatever. Invest in her. But you got to make sure that that's the right person to invest in. 9 times out of 10, if a woman is a hustler like that and she charges to do hair and stuff like that, she ain't got no shop or whatever, that woman more than likely is solid because she working for her own. She ain't waiting for nobody to give her nothing. But just imagine if you loved on that woman and you gave her, something that's gonna really like help her come up as an individual. Not even that you're doing it to try to hold her to an obligation, but you're doing it because you see the value in her and you want to help her come up. You already up. So just say if she, decided she wanted to leave and stuff like that or whatever, it's not gonna hurt you. See, a man don't need to be giving himself to no woman like that and trying to look at her as something that he gonna come up off of. Do it from your heart. Do it out of love. Do it because that you see something greater in her. Because see, if that's the right woman for you, God gonna bless that thing. I really feel like God blesses a union like that. But nowadays, what's happening is that folks have become so self-centered and so selfish that a man himself, he either gonna be afraid, if he got it like that, he gonna be afraid to do that, or he'll do it for the wrong person that done pranked him, made him feel some type of way, instead of him, a woman that will, that do that type of stuff, do her whatever, and she ain't just giving up her goods immediately, you know what I'm saying? And he don't want to do that type of stuff for her because, oh, well, she ain't doing nothing for me. We know this, that, and the other, whatever the case is, and you missing out on your prize because you looking at her as being just something that is temporary when this woman got a long-term mentality, somebody that you're supposed to be investing your heart and your time in. But you'll miss it because you so trained for this you got this fast food mentality when it comes to a woman. You ain't willing to work towards and work hard for her heart, to show her what type of man that you are, to show her that she worth your time, she worth waiting for. It happens entirely too much. And then a lot of times men been messed up with a woman that's surprised, fooling around, you know what I'm saying, with some woman that ain't worth his time. If that happens a lot. Been got the girl pregnant and stuff. She don't even be worth, she ain't got nothing. But you got a woman at home, y'all got it going on or whatever, but you going around fooling around with you know what I'm saying, little Nene, because little Nene got a body and she, you know what I'm saying, she sex you good and stuff like that or whatever, but little Nene ain't got nothing. She live on governmental assistance and stuff like that or whatever. It's amazing to me when I think about that. Them chicks like that, they out, boy. If a woman like that, like a Nene, and y'all stay with me for a second, a woman like a Nene, if she was to have her stuff together, because I'm gonna tell you something, and y'all, you could disagree if you want to, but good sex go a long way in having a solid relationship. I have found it too many times to where some women that got it going on, financially and academically and stuff like that, they don't really know how to. They're not good pleasers, sexually. But Nene know how to do that part. Nene good with that. That's about the best that she got. But if Nene had her mind focused on academics and coming up and doing her thing and being, saying, not the type that just want to just fool around and bang dudes for a benefit, but to actually give herself to a man that's really worth her time, man. I got examples, but I don't want to be you know what I'm saying, putting no women out there like that because I don't really know their whole story. But it's women that I've seen, you know, so I'm gonna just say celebrities. All right, let me get one. I'm gonna go and be honest. I'm gonna go and speak one. Cardi B. God dang it. I'm going to say it. God dang Cardi B. Cardi B to me is my definition of a nay. But a nay that came up. That woman right there got it going on to me, boy. I swear to God, like, boy, Offset, that nigga lucky. That's a lucky nigga right there, boy. I have to be honest. He is lucky. Cause Cardi B is well rounded. To me, she the type of woman that I feel like a lot of men would desire. The woman is smart. She look hood, she look ghetto or whatever, but, you know, but she's very smart. She's very smart. She has learned a lot from her past, from the poor decisions that she's made. And she's made good on the time that she's invested in the things that she's invested her time in. Made good with it. Used to be a stripper. You know what I'm saying? And she put it like this: it don't matter if she was with an Offset or a regular dude or whatever. Cardi B still gonna be a prize. Like the woman got it going on, and I mean, I'm pretty sure the way that she move and stuff like that, her and Offset got a very healthy sex life. Very healthy sex life. That's very important. Like if any of you ladies on here, and forgive me if you know I don't mean to be offensive and stuff like that, but man, y'all, some of y'all got to quit being so lame in the bedroom. Like y'all be wondering why a man a cheat and stuff like that. And that's where we start to feel like, you know, a woman can be a prank because you know what I'm saying? Like you really not you know being as sexual as we would desire. And I ain't talking about no crazy stuff or whatever, but just having that type of vibe about yourself to where like it's like you can it's just felt when you come in the room like you just got that sex appeal. I ain't talking about how you dress because see a lot of women that got very great sex appeal, they fully clothed, but it's just they mannerism. They mannerism with a man. You know what I'm saying? Like they know how to trigger him, you know, emotionally and intimately without barely even having to say anything. Or if she do, if she know how to get to him, she know how to just it's just a way that certain women have, and it's really it's an attribute that cannot be taught. It's something that you have to really stop being so selfish. When you are a giver, I feel like that type of stuff just come by nature because you are or givers are the type that want to be able to please the person that they with. When you want to please the person that you with, even before you even get with somebody, when I was talking about getting yourself together, like you gonna want to get yourself together to where you gonna have you got the best chances of getting what it is that you ultimately desire and have the best chances of that person seeing what your worth is and wanting to stay. Now, not saying that you're gonna be banking on the idea of a person staying or whatever, because you really can't tell a lot of times if a person gonna stay or not. If they don't, then you got to just be like, you know what, that's their loss. But you take like a Puff Daddy, you know what I'm saying? Look where he is financially. Now, the woman that he's currently fooling with, this woman Joey Chavez that I saw. I've been watching her dance videos and stuff. Women like that, they just the cream of the damn crop to me. That woman got it going on. She can dance like she has a intimate value about herself. It just reeks from her, just the way she looks. She's invested in herself to the point to where she can attract a man like a Puff Daddy. I don't know her. I don't know her by no means. She could be, you know, I don't know, could be crazy. I don't know. But from what I'm able to see, her attributes that she has just off the surface of things will attract a man like a Puff Daddy, where he'll take a risk on a woman like that. And what I'm trying to relate it all to is just not saying that you're supposed to sell sex appeal, but It's just a way that a woman can vibe with a man that'll let him know without him having to see all of her goods, to let him know, boy, this some good right here. It's a vibe that a women that know what they got, they give off. Strippers, they do it all the time when they coming into their conversation and stuff like that. Like, that's why you got a lot of men be falling for these strippers and stuff, because of just that attribute of sex appeal that they have. Oh, a stripper can be fully clothed. You could probably know that she's a stripper, but she could be fully clothed and still have a way of communicating and giving her energy to the point to where she's attractive. Some of these ladies nowadays that I've noticed, they just so dry with their whole mannerism. It's like, like, don't you want a man to really just desire you? Wouldn't it feel good, not and to be desired, not because he didn't had you, but to just his thought of just having you to himself, when you attract that man that you ultimately desire. You know, don't be so hard and so divisive to the point to where you're not giving some, like, just a little peek of whatever what it is that you got inside to offer. I've noticed that, to where a lot of women have become selfish, and have this hard, callous type of mannerism about themselves to get to know them and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't hurt to open up a little bit. I mean, just to the point of where that you know how to smile and know how to, it's even hard for a lot of men to even approach women nowadays because of the way that they whole attitude and mannerism is and stuff like that. I ain't saying a woman's supposed to just talk to any and every man that come up to her and stuff. Yeah, I know you supposed to have your guard up and kind of shun off certain dudes or whatever. Because some folks is crazy, some niggas is crazy. You got to keep that guard up or whatever. I know it's hard, but the ones that are the one that you meet, you know what I'm saying, just make sure that you don't have this manner about yourself to where your appeal does not shine through, because that is very huge. Like, I'm just starting to notice this type of stuff. Not me personally, like as far as my personal life, but I watch a lot of things. I watch a lot of videos and just human mannerism and stuff like that. Even with, let me be honest. You know, I have I go to certain places and stuff like that, and I go across the United States, go across a lot of places. I open up the door for a lady and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? And I've even known them, not they don't even be like thank you or nothing like that. It's like, and or like, just say I see a lady and they just say they work at a fast food restaurant, and y'all follow me on this one. The attitude, the attitude that a lot of these women have, it's a turnoff from the gate. It's just a turnoff. Like, when you, like, if I go order some food somewhere or whatever, what I'm saying, I know, working in fast food is hard or whatever, but like, this just that I'm just using this as an example, but it's just that old toxic attitude that you can have to where, you know, you just know you have to almost, in a sense, be walk on eggshells talking to them, instead of just, being yourself, or just say that you want to speak to them and stuff like that. Like, hey, how you doing? You look at them in their eyes and you can almost be like, shit, I say something to her, she probably gonna say something crazy to me or go off, or you know or not give you the same energy back. You know what I'm saying? So, what I'm saying, then you'll be a missed it. I don't know if you'll be attracted to the person or not, but like, the conversation itself, if you can't even initiate a conversation sometimes with certain people, just because the whole vibe that they have, the way that they come off, it's like, oh hell no, I ain't talking to her. I ain't gonna, you can look at them in their eyes and tell, you know what I'm saying? It's just, I hope I hope y'all can feel what I'm saying on that part. It's just something I've noticed. You know what I'm saying? Now, I'm gonna get on, how a man, what I'm saying, can be a prank to a woman. Like, one of the things that I done noticed too, as far as this is concerned, is the way that a man can have these physical attributes of having this and having that, but don't necessarily be in a position of where he could really be viable to that woman's life. And she might be lonely, want a companion, and want somebody in her life, you know what I'm saying, to have fun with and stuff like that. But this man is needy. this man it don't have his stuff together or whatever, and he really need a woman for help instead of wanting a woman for companionship. That can go both ways, but I'm just saying about as far as these men is concerned. I can't stand that, me personally. I can't stand to see a man driving a woman's car. I can't stand to see a man, saying a woman putting gas up in the car. I've seen this too many times. A woman putting gas in the car and the nigga sitting up in the car. I can't stand to see men that walk in front of a woman, and open up the door and don't let her in first. I can't stand this type of stuff. And I'm starting to see that so much nowadays in 2021. What are we dealing with? Like the way that we relate to each other. It's like it seemed to be lost. It seemed to be lost. I mean, I don't know how a lot of women not feel nowadays, but I'm sure a lot of women feel had a desire to want to be somebody's wife one day, and really be a real wife, not just somebody that be with a person that just like her, she like him, and they cool, and that's or whatever. Like, just really have something to put on the table to define your relationship, to define marriage. That this woman got the ability to take care of him, that man got the ability to take care of her. If they have children and stuff, that they raise their children together. Who really got that type of stuff on their mind? It's like we all on this fast food, like instant meal type stuff when it comes to companionship. Ain't getting past the Netflix and chill mentality. That's the reason why we don't have a lot of black black marriages and stuff like that. Like, I can't even tell you the last time I done been to a wedding. Fellas that I know, homeboys and stuff that I know, they ain't, well, I ain't gonna say even my homeboys, but just dudes that I, would hang with and stuff. They ain't married. They ain't even trying to get married. Don't seem as if. Me, I am. But it's like I don't see that a lot though. I don't know a lot of men that are even still, like, with their child's mother, the woman that they made their children with. Ain't even tried to work it out. Just went on and moved on or whatever. She done moved on, and I get it, but it's not for me. That's not for me. Me and my child's mother still together. We're not married yet, but we still together. We got I got a baby that's gonna be here on November the 16th. We got a whole nother baby on the way with each other, but we still together. It ain't toxic. It's challenging, but it ain't toxic. We ain't married yet. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I got my reasons. I'm gonna be honest with you, I do. I do not want to have to go and search for nobody else. True enough. Lord, no, I'm not looking for another relationship. I'm not, I mean, I do want what God have for me. This is one of these things that I've really been like in searching my own self, as far as like that this subject is concerned, as far as like making sure that the one that you marry is the one that you should be with. You know what I'm saying? Because I've seen a lot of people that in having kids, with a woman, fellas having kids with a woman or whatever, they not together and they in different separate relationships and stuff, and they find themselves, happier, I guess, being out, with somebody else or whatever. I don't really desire that, what I'm saying? But I can't tell what tomorrow gonna bring. I know, but right now, my heart is with my child's mother. And I hope and pray for both of our sake that our love and our relationship grows stronger to the point of where, what I'm saying, I'm as happy as I want to be. She as happy as she want to be. You know what I'm saying? Because I ain't no relationship perfect. I'm gonna just tell you that right now. I don't know about anybody else's relationship, but the thing is that you want to make sure that if you're gonna put a ring on it, that's where you want to be at in your heart. And maybe that's probably the reason why a lot of men end up, leaving the woman that they didn't have their children with or whatever. But my thing is, did you even give it your best to make sure that what this? Because who wouldn't want? I cannot see myself not raising my children, with another, like outside, like me being with another woman and having children over here I can't really see myself doing that, me personally. I don't really want that. I don't want to be in in another relationship with someone, and my children are on a whole nother place, or our child's mother start dating another man and another man be around my children. I don't think I would want that. I don't know how other men may feel about that or whatever, but I don't know. I know I wouldn't want that for myself. I wouldn't want that. But it happens a lot because we end up fooling around with folks that we ain't sure about. You know what I'm saying? End up getting them pregnant. A woman get pregnant by a man that she ain't sure about, and then the dude can't do nothing for her, leave her. You know what I'm saying? And she having to take care of kids by herself, and that happens too much. And you know what I'm saying, as far as black men, black women, black culture, happens entirely too much. And it seems like that becomes the norm. Who really gonna love their kids, and not only just love yourself enough not to allow yourself to be made a baby with a woman that you know goodness well that you don't really want to be with? So, because I mean, ain't no woman perfect, ain't no man perfect. You know, women got ways about themselves that make a man want to run, and men got ways about themselves that make a woman want to run. But what is it that's gonna make you stay? When you put all that stuff to the side, what is it that's gonna make you stay? That's where that prize part come in. What is it that made you go for this person in the first place? Was it something that was structured in something that was solid in what you truly desired in your heart? Or was it something that was just temporary? Because you found this person attractive, but they ain't really got they really don't have a heart. They don't really have no good spirit about themselves. Those are the type of things that you really want to gravitate to. Is a person like a woman want to gravitate to a man that, for one, he need to know who God is. Number one. Number two, that he has a light about himself to where when you look him in his eyes, that you can see something greater in him other than just his physical attributes. But you can see a value inside of this man in his eyes. And the only way truly that you're gonna be able to have that characteristic inside of you is if you know who God is yourself. Because God will teach you the characteristics of a real man, the characteristics of a real woman. God had His word to do that. Structure you to the point to where you start to be able to notice stuff and have this thing that's called discernment. So you don't have to get pranked. That you will set standards that if this person is not meeting these standards, then more than likely that's not the person that you're gonna allow yourself to fall for or let them that close. You got women that won't even let a man know where she stay at until she know that that's somebody that she gonna take serious. And I commend any woman that's like that. I commend any woman that got that type of mentality. Cause niggas is crazy nowadays. Coming to your house and you don't want to fool with him no more, whatever, and you know what I'm saying, he know where you live, whatever, come following you home and creeping, you know what I'm saying, ducking off and trying to see who coming in and out of your crib and stuff like that or whatever, and been trying to hurt you and the person that you with, or you say you starting to date somebody new. It's happening too much. It's like you put. I'm gonna tell men and women that's listen to this. I'm gonna say this: the way to me that you'll be able to tell if a person may got a good chance of being in your life, tell them to quote one Bible scripture. I mean one. I don't care if it's for God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten son, that whosoever believeth should not perish but have everlasting life. And that mother can't quote one Bible scripture, run. Fellas, if that lady can't quote one Bible scripture, run. Run. Because boy, you don't know what you finna get if that, like, man, I don't want no woman in my life that don't pray, don't know how to pray, that don't reference God, that like I don't even want to know you. Cause I already know what's gonna come with you. That okey doke. You was a prank. You a prank. Ladies, you that got that's attracted to this whole thug image still. These dudes that want to hold on to the streets. don't want to build themselves up to be the character of a real man, and they give the man that they are, the alpha part of them, they give credit to the streets for them being that way. No, the credit should be given to God, because like that's the one that should be raising them to be the man that they are. The characteristics, the attributes that God say a man's supposed to have, his heart and his mind should be deep rooted. I ain't saying that you got to be holy or thou, because it may mean that's just the truth. But he need to know who God is. God need to be the head of him. He know how to pray if something going wrong. He know how to go to God's word and get a word. He know how to put his hands on you as a woman and pray over you in your situation. You going through something, you talking to him, whatever, and he don't even know how to respond to what it is that because he don't know nothing. That's what we getting wrong as far as these relationships are concerned, is that we're not making sure that these people have any spiritual character whatsoever. We just going off of their physical attributes, how they look good. What's good to you, you got to make sure it's good for you. I didn't have to learn the hard way. And I'm teaching my 5-year-old daughter right now, and my newborn child is gonna be here. My daughters, they gonna know what a prize is, because they daddy already a prize. They daddy already building them in character and love, and showing them how a man's supposed to treat a lady through the way that I treat their mama, making sure that she got what she need, making sure they got what they need, providing stability around them, praying for them, praying with them. If something ain't right or whatever, they can talk to me. My baby can talk to me about anything at 5 years old. Daddy, I had and I listen to her. I look in her eyes while she's talking. I don't let her have when if something bothering her. Baby, now don't hold your head down. Look at me. Talk to me. What's going on? That's how a man's supposed to handle his woman, the lady that he got in his life. To give her the confidence, like men have a way of giving a woman confidence that'll bring the best up out of her. If he give her the best, she could come to you in your life as a mess. But if you got God in your life, boy, I promise you, God have a way of turning stuff around to the point to where y'all relationship be so strong that she'll thank you and thank God for you. A man could come up in a woman's life, he might be a mess, but if you got God rooted in your life, that he'll be thanking God for you. When he walking across that aisle, when you walking across that aisle to meet him at the front of the altar, just tears just running down his face, because he know where he came from before he met you. The same way with a woman. That woman probably, you know what I'm saying, was out there bad, all kind of stuff, whatever. But you chose not to hold her to the way that you met her, and you saw better in her, and you invested your heart inside of her, and you gave her more than what she could probably ever thought that she would get through love. And she'll thank you for it. And if you just honor what it is that you're supposed to give to that person, and stay and be stable, be stable minded, be stable and be firm in the way that you treat a person, be firm in your beliefs, have real standards. So when that person come into your life, they see that you are uncompromising, and then you give them something to respect. You're not wishy-washy. You're not coming off as a person that's just going to be temporary in their life. Because some people be able to recognize that. And if they got any value or any worth, and they didn't have to work hard for whatever it is that they have in their life, they're going to be able to tell it, and you're going to get put on the bench. And hopefully, you know what I'm saying, you ain't, a person that get put on the bench ain't crazy to the point to where they want to hurt the person because they got put on the bench. Be man enough, be woman enough to walk away. Don't hurt the person. Don't be toxic and crazy to the point to where, you know what I'm saying, be real with yourself. If you get let go by a person, whatever, be real with yourself and say, you know what, maybe I'm not the best person for him, but I wish him well. You don't have to go and hurt nobody because they don't want you in their life. You ain't a woman that got to go breaking windows and all this other stuff because she see the man with somebody else. If he ain't put no ring on your finger, he free game. Man, if you ain't put no ring on her finger, she free game. And either way, if to be honest with you, even if you put a ring on her finger, she's still free game. But if her, that's the reason why you got to go for the heart. That's signing that paper saying that y'all married and putting a ring on the person's fingers does not make you married. It does by law, but spiritually it does not make you married. You got to be willing to give your heart to this person. What it say when you're doing a vows, for better, for worse, for rich, for poor, your heart got to be involved in that. If your heart ain't involved in it, it ain't gonna last. Because hard times may come. And then what you gonna do? What is it that your relationship is gonna be based on when them hard times come? What you know this, like, regardless of that, that's you got to have the heart and the mind of this being your prize. You got to be willing to give yourself, to be selfless, not selfish. If you didn't start off that way, to being selfless, by the time you start to progress into your relationship, it should come to a point to where this man willing to give his best to you, and you willing to give your best to this man, where y'all are both willing to give the best to the other. If you're having a hard time, that you're willing to catch this person because you love them like that, because you know what their worth is. You don't hold them, to a point where, mistakes can't happen, and the first thing that go wrong, you ready to run away from them because things ain't the way that you want them to be. You never really wanted that person if you would just run from them just when hard. Let me call him back, a phone call. But I just wanted to put this into perspective tonight, y'all. I know it ain't a lot of people watching and listening, but to I want y'all to take what y'all hearing from me and really put some. I don't know if any of y'all going through this, or any of y'all got in a relationship with a person that not doing for you as much as you do for them. You know what I'm saying? Or they not able to give to you what it is you give to them, or they using you, or and you knowing this, but you're afraid to get out of the relationship. Ladies that find themselves in a situation like that may be listening to this. If you find yourself in a situation where you are not happy and this man is using you, you gonna have to put an end to that. You're being pranked. You are being pranked. Fellas, if you with a woman that you are just a piggy bank, you just giving her money and stuff like that, doing this, that for her, she ain't doing enough for you, you need to get up out of that. You are being pranked. You deserve better. You deserve to feel safe. You deserve to feel protected. You deserve to feel wanted. You deserve to be given the best. You shouldn't always have to be settling for less just because you used to this person. Oh, we've been together for this amount of years, or whatever the case is. I love them. Do you love yourself? You can love them without them being in your life closely to the point of where they can affect your life. You know that? It's time for us to start really valuing ourselves, and really setting standards to where those that come into our lives know that we value ourselves, and they have to respect that And maybe they'll build better respect for themselves if they don't already have it. We gotta stop just allowing just any and everybody to come into our lives. Nowadays, I think it's starting to become more clear nowadays. Um, about allowing people into your life that that's not really uh on their stuff, or whatever the case is. You really got to see me. I'm 42 years old. I just turned 42 on the 18th of October, and my value system when it comes to people is far greater than it was when I was like in my early 30s, before I had kids and stuff like that. And now my mindset is totally different because I'm now see how important it is to have the right type of energy and the right type of people in your life, especially when they are close to you. Friends, family, companions, all of that. Because especially when you got something to lose, you don't work yourself to a point to where financially stable, and your credit good. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't need nobody in your life that's gonna use you. You need people in your life that's gonna be able to add to what it is that you got that you're doing. If you were to invest yourself into someone and give them a part of your assets and stuff like that, that they'll be able to build, what I'm saying, and maybe give to you as well. Not saying that you will need it, but just you knowing that this person is good ground, like you plant a seed in the good ground. We need to be like more careful about the way we invest in our time and energy into people nowadays, and how close we let them into our lives where they can affect us. God, the God word tell you to guard your heart, and He tell you don't cast your pearls to swine. We got to stop casting our pearls to swine. Quit giving people the best of ourselves that really don't even get a best to themselves. Like, they don't give their best to themselves, and you become the prize to them while they are a prank to you. It's just time out, fellas. Anybody listen to this? If you got a lady in your life that you ain't able to be good to, if you know that she a good woman, bro, do it with the best that you can before you lose her. Because I'm gonna tell you something. From what I know, a woman that get tired, and she get tired, you women got ways that they have been, saying, have something going on, saying, and still be there with you because she love you. Her heart is attached to you, saying, but you ain't really the thrill of her day. And if she had it her way, she'll be with the thrill of her day. And you can't get mad with her. You can't go and want to hurt her. You got to be willing to say, you know what? I love you enough to let you go. I love you enough to let you be happy. Yeah, I might not have what it is that you desire, whatever, what I'm saying, but I love you enough to let you be happy. That is maturity. Yeah, it ain't gonna feel good, but once you get your stuff together, you might not work out with that one, but God have been to bless you with somebody else. You got to really know what your true value is as an individual, so you won't get so wrapped up into somebody to where you get to the point where the attachment is toxic and you can't let them go if you have to. Tomorrow ain't promised to none of us. A relationship ain't promised. A marriage ain't promised. None of that. It's all about what you invest in it. All about what you invest in it at the end of the day. And that is reason why we now, like, we have uh, some of our grandparents and stuff that's been together 40, 50 years. That man took care of grandma, what I'm saying, for all these years and stuff like that, and they still together. They healthy because they built a relationship out of love. She took care of Papa. Papa took care of her. They raised their kids together. What when we need more of that. We need more people to have that type of value system. To be willing to take care of the person that you involve yourself with. Not be selfish and just, men just want to bang the woman and the woman just wanted to get what she can get out the dude and stuff like that. That's lame. That's lame. Ain't no value in that. Imagine being able to wake up to real security, real love, somebody that really wants you in their life and they really got something to offer to you. They really got something to lose. Instead of just some female that you just kicking it with. Oh, ladies, some dude you just, kicking it with or whatever, you get money from or whatever the case is. That's temporary stuff. Where is your why not do things where you can invest your heart into it? Involve yourself in things that you invest your heart in, and that's what's gonna make the difference. Because when your heart is involved, it gives you a whole different value system for what it is you invest in your heart in. It's different. Maybe we done lost it as far as the heart is concerned. People don't value the things of the heart no more. So we just go for the physical attributes. We don't go deeper. It's just this fast food mentality. Stuff from the heart is it's a slow cooking process. Fast food is just from your head. Instant. Soul food. That's what you want. When your grandmother used to cook food and stuff, and boy, you could smell the stuff, it hit you in your heart. Then you'd be in the corner of the couch somewhere knocked out because it was so good to you. That's what you want. That's the type of love that you want. You want some of grandma's cooking in your heart. Ladies, I know y'all want to feel protected. You know what I'm saying? You want a man that's gonna make you feel secure. If you never had it and daddy didn't love you, you didn't have daddy didn't show you what real love was or whatever. I'm really sorry that's what you having to grow up and figure this out the hard way. But through trial and error, through conversations like this, through questioning and you'll start to learn true value system and what a real man's supposed to be to you. And don't miss out on opportunity for that to happen for you. Don't be afraid. I mean, attraction is very important to me because I know it's a lot of men that's out here that's like that or whatever. And they, you might not be attracted to them and stuff like that. I get it. You got your every right to date the type of man you want to date, and whatever he look like, whatever. But what's good to you? If it look good to you, make sure it's good for you too, baby. Make sure it's good for you. So anyway, y'all, I appreciate y'all being with me. This is all about prize or prank. And I know I talked and hop skip jumped over a lot of different things, but I hope I got my point across because this was on my heart real deep because of the stuff that I'm seeing. I'm tired of seeing women getting killed by men because these men become like emotionally codependent upon these women and they don't want to see these women happy. What I'm saying, with somebody else. I'm tired of seeing women getting with men and getting pregnant by him and want to ruin a man's life or whatever when knowing goodness well she didn't really want him in the first place, and if she did, she didn't do the right things to keep his attention. Now she want to become toxic, put the man on child support, and all kind of stuff like that, just ruin his life, won't let him have a stable relationship with somebody else. It's time I follow that type of ignorant stuff in black culture. Let's learn what real black love is. Let's learn how to love on these women again. If we never been taught, ladies, learn how to love on the man that you with. If you got a man, look him in his eyes and just tell him I love you. Sometimes you'll be surprised what that's gonna do. He probably gonna think you crazy, something you done something wrong with him, probably because you don't do that type of stuff. But just try it. If that's somebody that you really want in your life, and if that man worth it to you, if he deserve it, let's start giving the best to what they give our best to us. Some of us got the advantage over the other. Some women got the advantage over that man. Some men got the advantage over that woman as far as the heart is concerned. The the value that they have and they show. I heard this girl tell me, it's gonna always be one person that love the other more than the other. To me, that ain't right, because that's when you start to begin the realm of manipulation and stuff. What I'm saying? This man love this woman, everything that he got, and she really don't really feel that same way about him, and vice versa. And then when the person get a hold to that and catch on, and then want to walk away or get out of it or whatever, they want to start become toxic and do toxic stuff or whatever to the person. That's wrong. If you ever love that person and you ain't loving them right and they want to walk away, don't try to hurt them. Let them go. Let them go. That's just not your prize. It's somebody else's prize. But that's one thing that you'll never be able to change. A prize is a real prize. You could change a prank into a prize, but you can't never change a prize into a prank, because that's high standards right there. A prize got real high standards. A prize is somebody that's an asset to your life. And I don't know nobody that's surprised that will ever want to be a prank. And I know plenty of pranks that want to be a prize. It's a difference. All right, y'all. Well, thank y'all for being with me. And I'm gonna get up off of here. I see a couple of y'all on here, whatever. Just acknowledge y'all if y'all still here with me. What is it? YSL 300. I appreciate you being here. I saw Kitten Lover. I appreciate you being here. I appreciate the couple of people that was on here. Lakeisha Miller. I appreciate you for being here. And God bless y'all. You know what I'm saying? I hope y'all got something from this. Just something edifying. You know what I'm saying? We got a lot of toxic bloggers that's on here, you know what I'm saying, that do this for whatever. But I just wanted to be, you know what I'm saying, edifying, give you something just to really think about. Just let you know that somebody really thinking about what really matters. And that's something that I do. I get on here more often or whatever, but just like lately, you know what I'm saying, I just been really real deep thought about a lot of stuff, y'all. Just real lot of deep thought. And I just want to be able to share my thoughts when I do have the opportunity to share them like this. All right, so hopefully y'all got something from this. I love y'all, and we gonna just chop it up later on up this road. All right, God bless y'all.